I didn't see it there. Are you ready to work on some math? Let's get started. Turn to page 50, question number 15, where it asks you to complete the PQ table. So as you can tell, I filled out our P and our Q, which is going to help us fill out the rest of this table. So for the first one, we want to find the opposite of Q. So we're going to look here, and we know the opposite of true is false. The opposite of false is true. The opposite of true is false. And the opposite of false is true. So now we want to find P and the opposite of Q. So in order to do this, we're going to use a little scenario. If Peter eats his oranges, then he gets ice cream for dessert. And so we're going to work with that. So we're going to look at P and the opposite of Q. So if Peter eats his oranges, but we don't give him dessert, have we lived up to what we told him? No, you're exactly right. So that statement is going to be false. So then for the next one, if Peter eats his oranges and then gets his ice cream, have we lived up to what we told him? You're right, we sure have. So that one's going to be true. And then if Peter doesn't eat his oranges and he doesn't get his ice cream, then is that correct? Right, so he didn't eat it, so we didn't give it to him. So everyone's in the right. So that one's also going to be true. And so if Peter eats his oranges, and then if he doesn't eat his oranges and then we give him ice cream, what do you think that means? So this one's actually really tricky. So this one's actually going to be true, and here's why. So we never said if Peter doesn't eat his oranges, he would not get ice cream. So this statement's going to be true. So now in this next column here, we're looking for the opposite of P and Q. So we're going to find the opposite of P here, so I'm just going to write that right here. All right, so we're going to go this row, these little ones, and Q. So if Peter doesn't eat his oranges, but we give him dessert, we can remember that that one is true. All right, because he didn't eat his oranges, but we never said that meant he didn't get ice cream. So then for this one, we have false. So if Peter doesn't eat his oranges, and if he doesn't get ice cream, then again, lived up to what we said. If Peter eats his oranges, and we give him ice cream, then again, we're right. But here we go. If Peter eats his oranges, but we don't give him ice cream, then we are in the wrong. So this one we know is going to be false. So now in this next column, we're just doing a simple P to Q. So I'm going to quick erase these since we're all done with those. And so those don't confuse us. So if Peter eats his oranges and we give him ice cream, then we've lived up to our deal. So this one's going to be true. And if Peter eats his oranges, but we don't give him ice cream, then we are in the wrong because we didn't give him dessert. So that one is false. If Peter doesn't eat his oranges, but we give him dessert, again, that is true. And if Peter doesn't eat his oranges and we don't give him ice cream, again, that is true. So now, again, just like these two, this last one is going to be the opposite of this row here. So we're going to have what is not P and what is not Q. So if Peter doesn't eat his oranges and we don't give him ice cream, then again, we have true. And then if Peter doesn't eat his oranges, but we give him dessert, then we know that is true. And then if Peter eats his oranges, but we don't give him dessert, then we are in the wrong. So that's false. And then if Peter eats his oranges and we give him ice cream, then we've lived up to what we said. So that one is true. So now we want to look at this column here and this column here to figure out if we have a negation. And if you remember, negation means opposite. So if we look here, we have false, true, true, true. And here we have true, false, true, true. So do we have a negation here? Right, we have a negation. So that is how you do question number 15. Thank you.